Charles, she is in there crying. She's afraid you're gonna fire her.
I've got 75 people out there whose jobs I suddenly can't guarantee because of her carelessness.
This is not like you, to be so angry before you know the facts.
Well, you're right. You're right. I don't know anything. I don't know how I'm going to replace our biggest earner. I don't know how I'm going to make payroll next month. And I don't know why you're dating a 40-something guy in publishing who isn't me.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I wanted to talk about the big lie and how that sort of relates to the fake news era that we're in now. So let's talk about the season opener, the big lie, and maybe some of the political commentary that's happening underneath.
The first episode of this season is starting off with me finding out this lie, and it's been a long time coming, but we're pushing forward, which is very exciting. Like, I'm a big character, obviously, to find out this news about Liza, and it's a huge betrayal for Kelsey, especially with their friendship and the trust that they've built with one another and building this company together. It puts a lot at risk. So she has big hurdles to get through in understanding why Liza would do something like this, and it made the season really interesting.
It's been remarkable how much the world changed between the seasons of our show. So there was a seismic election.
What's that?
Seismic election between season 3 and 4, and a seismic shift in the women's movement with Me Too between 4 and 5. And so every time that we've come back from a season, we really greet each other in a new world. And it's been remarkable how elegant, how deft, how accomplished the writers are at weaving those very serious events into a romantic comedy. And whenever we get a script, we always go, damn.
The show is, based on this lie that Liza tells, and so having a conversation about the value of truth is well within the confines of what our show is about, but it also just happened to be, they had this sort of Kellyanne Conway character that the mighty Kristen Chenoweth played in season 4.
In a heartbreaking way.
It really happened to tie into what was going on in the country and the conversation we were all having about the importance of facts.
Right around the time we came back for 4, the Time magazine cover was "Is Truth Dead?" And I was like, oh, wow, it's about younger. Look.
You guys also deal with something that the publishing world is grappling with, this notion of ageism. We have at least 4 separate publishing companies that are millennial
It's only
news.
the publishing world. In Hollywood, we don't have that.
Oh, no, that's true.
There's
Absolutely.
It must be hard for them.
But what does the show have to say about that and the big lie that's wrapped around this how potent a force ageism is today?
Well, I mean, we are in love with youth culture in this country. I think we certainly discount in areas of this particular administration experience, and so I think it's a really interesting subject matter, which I think is why Darren thought this would be an interesting show to talk about that. And it permeates every aspect of people's lives. How you define yourself and how others define you based on what your age and their perception of you. And I mean, my character deals with it a lot. This idea that she's somehow becoming obsolete because she doesn't have her finger on the pulse of whatever the next trend is, as opposed to having any kind of value because of her wisdom and her knowledge and her experience, so it's something she grapples with.
I also think it's great that in the press, in the media, people make these sweeping statements about millennials. This enormous group of people that all have 3 characteristics that we can define them by, and it's a group of individuals. And I love the fact that on the show there is a millennial who just works hard, and that is a fantastic thing, and who is simply a real force, and that there is an alternate way to present that generation.
For Kelsey, she has really good ideas, and she is a fighter and a go-getter, and constantly, as great as Charles is with her, he second guesses her all the time because of her kind of quick to decide, or her getting caught up in like a Twitter movement or something. But the bottom line is that is important in this day and age. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to see her have a little bit of depth where she's getting a little heartbroken or getting betrayed, and not just being want to go get her for work and bubbly with like wanting to go out and get drunk with her friends, but like she has feelings in there too.